Hello everyone, this is Bhumi Shah, Assistant Professor, Pharmaceutical Chemistry Department, LG Institute of Pharmacy. I welcome you all to e-lecture series of Pharma Ignite. Today we will discuss regarding limit test of sulfate. The principle of limit test of sulfate includes reaction between barium chloride and soluble sulfate in the presence of acidic medium. For example, dilute hydrochloric acid or acetic acid. Then, by reacting this, they'll produces turbidity, precipitate of barium sulfate. So, that turbidity produced is compared with the standard turbidity. Barium sulfate reagent contains barium chloride, sulfate-free alcohol, potassium sulfate in water. Now, potassium sulfate here used to increase the sensitivity of the test. It reacts with barium chloride and form barium sulfate in a small quantity, which will act as a seeding agent. Now, the ionic concentration has been so adjusted such that the solubility product of barium sulfate get exceeded and a very small amount of barium sulfate act as seeding agent for the precipitation of a newer barium sulfate. Initially, this barium sulfate is produced by reagent itself, which act as a seeding agent for the newer sulfate impurities which we want to measure. Now, alcohol here added to prevent supersaturation and thus produces uniform turbidity. Hydrochloric acid helps to make the solution acidic, and the barium sulfate precipitate formed which is insoluble in an acidic medium, and that's why it produces turbidity. Apparatus required for this limit test is Nessler cylinder, glass rod, measuring cylinder, pipette, dropper, etc. Now, how can we perform this limit test? For that, you need two Nessler cylinder and label them as test and standard. In a standard Nessler cylinder, add 1 ml of standard sulfate solution, while in a test Nessler cylinder, add 1 ml of test sample. To both the Nessler cylinder, add 2 ml of dilute nitric acid. Here, this nitric acid is just to provide acidic medium. So, in place of nitric acid, you can add dilute sulfuric acid, acetic acid or hydrochloric acid. Then dilute this mixture to 45 ml with distilled water. Then after add 5 ml of barium sulfate reagent in both the Nessler cylinder and stir immediately with the help of glass rod and allow them to stand for 5 minutes and observe the opalescence under black background. Then compare the turbidity produced in the test solution with that of standard turbid solution. But one precaution you have to taken care of, that is a same glass rod that should not be used, because means the glass rod which we have used in standard solution, we cannot use it for test solution because that will affect your observation. Now, what can be our observation? We have two possibilities. Either our sample passes the limit test or it fails. Now, let us see that. Now, if the turbidity produced in the test sample is lesser than the standard solution, then we can say the given substance passes the limit test for sulfate as per Indian Pharmacopoeia when compared with that of standard substance. And if the turbidity produced in the test sample is more than the standard solution, then we can say the given substance that does not pass the limit test for sulfate as per Indian Pharmacopoeia when compared with that of the standard. This is a method to perform the limit test for iron on a given sample as per Indian Pharmacopoeia and a report on its standard. Now, apparatus required for the limit test includes Nessler cylinder, glass rod, measuring cylinder, pipette, dropper, etc. The principle of limit test of iron, that is based on the reactions of iron in ammoniacal solution in the presence of citric acid with thioglycolic acid. When a pale pink to deep reddish purple color is observed due to the ferrous thioglycolate complex, the color produced from a specific amount of substance from test is compared with the color produced in a standard solution by comparing the color intensity of test with the standard. Now here, ferric ammonium sulfate is used as a standard. The test is very sensitive. The interference of other metal cation is eliminated here by using citric acid. The iron-free citric acid is used to complex other metal cations. Ferrous thioglycolate complex is colorless in acidic or neutral solution. Only in the presence of alkali medium that will produces pale pink color. And citric acid forms ammonium citrate buffer when ammonia is added to make alkaline. So which in turn stabilizes the complex form. How can we perform this practical? Just take 2 Nessler cylinder, wash it thoroughly with distilled water, dry it and label them test and standard. Now within a standard Nessler cylinder, add 2 ml of standard iron solution and in a test dissolve a specified quantity of sample in distilled water and add into a Nessler cylinder. Now in a test and standard, in both the Nessler cylinder, dilute it up with 40 ml of water, distilled water. Then add 2 ml of citric acid solution and add 0.1 ml of thioglycolic acid. Mix it thoroughly and make the resulting solution alkaline with iron-free ammonia solution. Right? For this you need litmus paper. Okay? By checking on a litmus, make the solution alkaline. Then dilute it up to 50 ml with water. Immediately stir with the glass rod and allow it to stand for 5 minutes. Then observe the color intensity of test and standard. Then compare the color intensity produced in the test solution with that of the standard solution. Now one precaution you have to taken care of, that is same glass rod should not be used because that will affect your observation. So which two varieties of observation we can observe? Either test have more intensity or less intensity. On basis of that, your sample either pass or fail. So let us see the observation. Color produced in the test solution is, if less than that of the standard, then we can say the given substance that passes the limit test for iron as per Indian Pharmacopoeia when compared with that of standard sample. And if the color produced in a test solution is more than the standard solution, then we can say the given substance that do not pass the limit test for iron as per Indian Pharmacopoeia when compared with that of standard substance. Thank you everyone. I hope you enjoy this lecture. If you have any doubt, you can comment below the lecture. And you can find more series of lecture through our YouTube channel Pharma Ignite. So please like, share and subscribe our YouTube channel Pharma Ignite. Once again, thank you very much for watching this video.